Therefore, the players, while they're happy to have made it this far, they're shooting for two other key numbers. 7, our final table, and 1, where $1 million first prize awaits.
10 players left, 5 at each table, 3 go home, 7 play for $1 million. Play continues. As we said, 10 players left in the competition trying to get to the final table. And Jeff Seeley, King Queen.
Raise.
He's going to raise.
40,000.
40,000.
40,000 the raise. That gets Bujera to muck his hand. I don't know about Shore, though, with an ace-9.
Well, he already has 5,000 in the small blind. One problem, however, Barry, if he does choose to call here.
115 total.
Ooh, he raises. And I like that move because merely calling there would leave Shore in a terrible position after the flop. He'd have to act first. This way,
call.
He can end the hand here. No, Seeley calls.
Wow.
And that's a really tough call with the king-queen. There are not a lot of hands you can figure to beat that can re-raise you. And in fact, Seeley is beat right now going into the flop. Shore has the best hand with the ace-high. Seeley trying to take advantage of his position. He'll get to act last.
And here is the flop. There's a pair of queens for Seeley.
Scary flop. 3 diamonds.
130.
Wow.
And that is a bluff. That's not a semi-bluff. There is no draw there for Shannon Shore.
All in.
Wow.
Seeley with the response. And Shore just feels like he has been had, and he throws it away. Wow. Bold, bold play, I thought, by Seeley.
Seeley saying, I didn't come all the way down under from Noblesville, Indiana to play soft.
That was big time. So Seeley has to reach with both hands to take that pot in.
You know what we could do? We could all just check fold to the final table.
Let's just do that.
Poker players heaven we're in, aren't we, men?
We really could. We could check fold our way into $100,000 in a final table appearance.
Doc Bujera with an ace-8.
40,000.
40,000 is the bet from Bujera.
Barry, that's a standard raise with blinds at 5 and 10,000 and a 1,000 chip ante. Normally players like to raise 3 or 4 times the big blind.
And Voss gets a little discount in the big blind. He's got king 5 suited. Calls. Two to the flop. Pair of 8s and a 3. Boy, what a flop for Bujera.
I'd like to see Bujera put in a little weak bet here.
He checks.
You know, Voss would expect him to bet any flop, and it would be very difficult for Voss to expect that Bujera actually has an 8 in his hand.
A little pair for Voss on the turn.
And that's going to be incentive enough to bet.
35,000 the bet.
Bujera's decision here is merely smooth call or raise. The fact that there are 2 hearts might make him want to raise. He does.
Raises to 100.
And call.
And a quick call from Voss.
The quickness of that call has got to give Doc Bujera some tremors. That was awfully fast call.
And the 9 on the river, so Bujera with trip 8s. Gonna bet 100,000.
Yeah.
And Voss makes the instant call. He'll find out that he's in second place, but Mark Voss is basically thinking, look, this guy, if he doesn't have an 8 in his hand, my pair of 5s is probably good there. Voss mistakenly believed that his opponent Bugera was on something like an ace-king, and that 100,000 chip bet on the end, only a third of the pot, was very seductive. Well played by Bugera. Voss paid him off.
We're coming back to the PartyPoker.net Aussie Millions. We welcome you back to the PartyPoker.net Aussie Millions. We are here in Melbourne, Australia at the Crown Casino. Barry Tompkins, Michael Koenig alongside. Beautiful conditions outside, but what everybody's concerned about, of course, is what's going on inside, where 10 players remain in the competition, fighting for a seat at the final table.
37.
Raised to 37,000 by Shore.
From the button, Mark Voss. Wow! He's the short stack. He finds a pair of kings, and he is delighted to move every single one of his chips to the middle of the table.
How much is the all-in?
This one?
Yeah.
So Sealy wants to get a count here. Voss, of course, is short stacked after the big
113?
loss.
I call.
He's going to call with 113.
This is such
I'll call
a
as well.
great situation for Mark Voss, because
Correct.
not only is he facing two opponents
Well, here's your big cheaters. Had
with
triple up.
an overcard.
I
They
could
have the
triple up.
same overcard.
I could go broke.
So there are only two cards in the deck that can run down
Look.
Mark Voss.
Thank you.
So here we go. 3 players.
We'll keep playing while you're over there.
No problem. No problem.
Shore and Sealy still have
It's all
chips.
in the
There
dealer's
will
hands
be a
now.
side pot if they choose to continue betting. Often in these situations, however, the players with chips will continue to check and hope to eliminate the all-in player.
Well, 2 spades on this flop, and also possibility of a straight for Shore.
Sealy has top pair.
And the 9 on the turn. Check, check.
Now, if there were not an all-in player, I promise you Sealy and Shore would be firing chips at this pot, but they want to see Mark Voss eliminated. That's not going to happen.
No, it's not.
His kings hold up.
And boy, goes from short stack to sitting pretty in a big hurry.
Yeah. Good hand.
Triples on one hand.
So Voss
Ooh, if you had
remains a
shown me
player.
that, I would have been quite worried. Wow. Wow. I'm glad I didn't see those cards. I thought, look, anything low and I'm probably safe.
Well, Voss still is short stack, but not nearly what he was as he triples up, as you said. Jerry Fitt, who's been very quiet, is our chip leader. Bugera is right there. He's got a couple of big pots back-to-back. Sealy hanging in there as well.
But you make a great point, Barry. For Mark Voss to go from 108,000 to 344,000, he becomes a lot more dangerous. If you're going to bully somebody, you don't want somebody that can
35.
really take a big bite out of you.
he's
And
Canadian.
344,000 will hurt anybody now,
Okay.
even the chip leader.
Shore and ace-queen suited. And I'm not sure he's going to get anybody to contest him.
Michael.
Well, shows you what I know, huh?
Jerry Fitt is the chip leader. He has a jillion extra chips to play with. Okay, a few 100,000.
Yes, that's close to a jillion, though. Look at that, 3 hearts, including a queen.
All in.
Shore going all in.
And I like that move, Barry. I think that all-in move could get a call here. Jerry Fitt's thinking, well, the guy's on some sort of heart, and he wants to force me out of the pot.
How much is it?
325, isn't it?
Jerry Fitt could